You don't know how good it feels to be back in my beauty filming studio, to finally get some makeup on my face, play with new products, and baby, I'm home. I feel at home. I feel at peace. I am in my sanctuary, and I have never been happier to be here. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is the first time I'm sitting in front of the camera in like 3 weeks, almost a month, and I'm just ready to play with some new products, see what I've been missing out on, catching up. Now, today's new products are products that I had unboxed right before I left for Spain. So these are a few weeks behind in terms of being new on the internet, but they're still new to me, and I want to give my thoughts. You know, I have to fill myself in on the stuff that I've missed. So let's get into it. For prep, I have a new face primer from Kulfi, and Kulfi as a brand, especially with the most recent launches over the last few months, has really impressed me. So my hopes are high on this. You guys, I can finally say it now. My gag reflex right now is activated, so I'm gonna have to take a billion breaks. These last 3 months, I have a very active gag reflex from being pregnant. And Jose has so many clips of me literally gagging mid-speaking, and I've had to act like all is well. If I slow down when I talk, if I'm struggling, I can finally say, sorry, one of my symptoms is I'm very gaggy.
And I just bought the lifetime membership was like $18 or $10 or something really cheap.
So I have to have candy or something in my mouth to suppress it. Oh, feels so good to say. Anyways, I'm really excited about this. So this has niacinamides. Oh my gosh, is this even safe for me to use? There's like some acids in it. We're good. Just had to double check on that. But this is supposed to blur the pores, be hydrating, and also help with some hyperpigmentation and dark spots, which is really good because my skin right now is more prone to getting dark spots. Oh, this is thicker than I thought. When it said serum, I interpreted it as more watery, but it's a little thicker than a lot of serums that I used. But it feels really hydrating. Now, I have layers and layers of hydration on today. My skin got really dry in Spain because it's just a very dry climate. So today, to prep for getting back into the videos, I did face masks and layered all of my most hydrating products. But this is fitting right in. It feels exactly like a skincare primer, a little thinner than a moisturizer, but thicker than a typical serum, I would say. It's not sticky. This feels fabulous. Instantly, I can tell you if you have dry skin, you're going to enjoy this a lot. Take a look at the ingredients to see if they have stuff that will benefit you. But with the niacinamides, and then there's like this acid in here that's really good for dark spots in the summer. Ooh, I love the way this is feeling my skin. Now, I don't know that it's necessarily blurring my pores, which I wouldn't expect based on how it feels, but it feels really good if you have dry skin. And then to hydrate my lips, I mean, this is not a new product. It's a classic cult favorite product from Pharmacy. It's their lip smoothie, but they launched a new summer flavor, strawberry. And these are such a good lip mask. They're extremely hydrating. Very artificial strawberry scented, but in a good way. I like it a little artificial scented. And these are thinner than Laneige, and I would say more hydrating than the Laneige. And I'm not coming for Laneige. I still love my Laneige lip masks, but Pharmacy's a bit more effective of a lip mask. So this is just gonna penetrate into my dry lips. Ooh. While we move into a foundation that a lot of you guys had asked me to review. So I finally am going to be getting into the Benefit the Professional Foundation. Over the years, Benefit has launched a few foundations, and I've tried just about all of them, but they've never seemed to have stuck in the line. I think they just were never well loved enough, purchased enough. So they're at it again, trying it again. Let's see, it's $47, medium coverage, natural finish, weightless coverage, also has niacinamide, supposed to be blurring. Let's see, I'm going to use the shade 6W Extraordinary. Okay, so it's a little too yellow on my skin tone. It does have a warm undertone, but this is the depth that I received that best will match my skin tone, and then we'll work with the warmth. I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics foundation brush to push the product in. Yeah, it does feel very lightweight. I do agree with the natural finish. It's not reacting amazing with my skincare based products that I have going on. Like, it just doesn't look as smooth and it's catching on to stuff. I mean, my skin is a really good test of character for these foundations right now with my current breakout and texture situation. I think I'm gonna give the other side of my face a couple more minutes for my base to penetrate into the skin a little bit more, just to ensure that it's not affecting the finish and look of this foundation too much. So while that soaks in, I'm just gonna quickly fill in my eyebrows off camera. So now that the foundation has kind of settled onto the skin, it's smoothed out. It looks a lot better, a lot smoother. So let's finish the rest of this application. This foundation does feel very weightless, which I'm noticing in a lot of foundations nowadays, which I'm not mad at. I mean, who doesn't want to not wear a heavy foundation? It has a little bit of a drier, moussey-ish kind of feel when you blend it out with the finger. It's quite subtle because it still is a liquid foundation, but I think that drier feel gives it that more airy feel on the skin. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, in some parts of the application, it's getting a little broken up, but I feel like it's very easy to be fixed by just continuing to blend over it and then letting it settle. And do keep in mind, my skin is also very, very dry, so we're truly testing its abilities. If you naturally have very smooth, hydrated, well taken care of skin, I think this is gonna look gorgeous on you. But those of us who need a little TLC in the skincare department, especially right now, this is where my dryness is. It is attaching to that. But I'm not going to knock it too hard on that because I'm the problem, not the foundation. In my opinion, one of the most underrated, I think they're up and coming, affordable makeup brands. I feel like everything I've tried from them has been such good quality, is Beauty Creations. And they sent these to me in PR. I don't think they're super new, but these are the Natural Cream Blend palettes. And these are giving a little Makeup Forever vibes. They're highlight and contour palettes. This is the shade Sand, which I'm going to be using today. They also have a deeper one, Bronze. I mean, these are interesting mixes of colors. Like the bronze is a bit more neutral. Sand has more pinky tones to it. Like, I wish I could mix and match some of these shades. I'm going to try and stick to Sand today. So these are just cream palettes. You can use them to contour, to highlight. They're only $14. And I'm hoping they're good because very creamy, a little on the wet side. We'll see. Like, this shade is pink. It's a little bit of a pinky peachy. So I'm going to put this on the inner corner. I already have the NARS Radiant Creamy down, but these are giving a little bit Makeup Forever vibes, and for $14, you just can't beat it. And like I've said, they've launched so many good products. They have a really big range, lots of color, lots of good inclusivity. Okay, I'm not going to focus too much on the makeup getting dry right here because it's really me. I've got to exfoliate this and doctor this after today's wear test before I go to bed. So if you have dry patches with the Benefit foundation, I wouldn't reach for it, but I think it looks really soft and lightweight where my skin is not having issues. So I don't want to judge it too much, but that did brighten the face a little bit. Oh yeah, this is going to be nice if you like to highlight, contour, defined after. Add a little bit more depth to your face. I don't want to add too much because I don't want it to disrupt the foundation. I think this is a little too creamy for the foundation, so it's a little less smooth. Let's do a little bit of contour. Yeah, the bronze has more neutral tones. This is not neutral enough. This is too warm. But we're gonna make it work regardless. Very easy blend. A little goes a long way here. So I'm just using a smaller brush to place the color. And since it's super blendable, I'm gonna use this BK 116 to push it out. I mean, for $14, I really have no complaints. I don't think the colors are perfect in the sand one. It's a bit too warm. I'm gonna play with bronze in my speed reviews drawer and we'll keep you updated. But once again, Beauty Creations creating really amazing, affordable makeup. The Makeup Forever, I think, is a little bit drier, which I think makes it more blurring on the skin, more long lasting. It will blend a little bit better into other foundations, but this is very, very creamy and it's very useful. So it is more affordable in quality. It's not that same level, but totally workable. Another product that they create that I'm very, very happy with. Even if you want just a hint more definition, you go into like this shade and really focus it right here to get that cheekbone. Oh, you guys, I miss playing with makeup. I really did. I was not wearing too much other than for events while I was there. I am in my happy place. Next product. Now this one I'm so excited to get to play with. I have been getting impatient. I've been needing to see what's up with the Summer Fridays Blush Butter Balm Hydrating Cream Blush. There are 6 shades, all of which I have, $26, and not Summer Fridays for soiree into color cosmetics, but this is like real makeup. You know, they've done skin tints, they've done a little bit of colored lips, they've done some lip oils, but I don't know, this one is different. They were due for it. Buttery blush infused with skincare ingredients. Checks out with the brand, blends effortlessly into the skin, sheer flush of dewy color. They have the hyaluronic acid, ceramides, peptides, all of those skincare ingredient callouts that are really popular right now. Look at this. Sweet rosé, pink sunset, toasted terracotta, soft strawberry, deeper colors, dusty rose, and berry spritz. Ooh, I just accidentally dug my finger into dusty rose. Very creamy feeling. It feels similar to the creams in that Beauty Creations palette. But I want to see, how does this blend out? Very, very sheer. Let me try pink sunset. So you see that consistency. It's creamy on the wetter side. And yeah, it blends out to be a little bit more like balmy, not necessarily like powdery, like some other cream blushes that I use. So this one is going to give a dewier effect. I'm very attracted to Sweet Rosé. I think this is just a safe color. I'm going to use the brush that they provided. And it looked like it blended out really sheer, so I'm a little worried of pigmentation here and over blending and wear time. But if you are someone who's very heavy-handed with blush, this one's gonna work well with your heavy hand. So with the dryness and then the dewiness of this blush, it is kind of emphasizing the dry patches. Again, I don't want to focus too much on that because that's a me problem. But it's not looking the smoothest. I think with a hydrating tinted moisturizer in this product would benefit a little bit more. I don't know that this is going to go great with a matte base, but for something that has more of a glowy finish, this is going to sit really pretty on top. It is also building up quite nicely, which I'm excited about. So it starts off soft, but I'm surprised at the pigmentation based on how much and quickly it blended on the back of my hand. It looks really pretty. My socks are still on my feet. They're not knocked off. It does have like a dewy, hydrated look to it. And it was very, very easy to use. I'm going to keep an eye on longevity because I am questioning it just based on the consistency. But so far, I do think that the application was really nice, very easy. Okay, so this next product, kind of a more low-key launch, but I think it's pretty exciting. Fenty Beauty, they kind of redid these here. The Bright Fix Instant Brightening and Setting Powder. Well, not redid, but they had this packaging before, but they've made it into a brightening powder that will set. I've kept the shades Lavender and Rose Quartz, so we're gonna see how these brighten. Now, I don't love lavender on myself, so I'm gonna stick with Rose Quartz today. I'm excited about these. They're $38. There are 6 different shades, and it's supposed to brighten but also blur and even. So let's see. I think we'll keep this towards the center of the face. I'm really excited to see how this does on the under eyes. Been enjoying the Fenty launches lately, so my expectations are high. I'm gonna use this Hourglass brush for the under eye. I'm gonna use one that's more dense. Okay. It's not as blurring as a lot of the other under eye setting powders I'll use. Right here is where my skin is dry, so it is kind of clinging to those dry patches. But I think on other parts of my face, especially like right here, it's always good to use a brightening powder. Yeah, you can see that helps shape the face a little bit. Give us some brightening power. I don't think this is the most blurring powder out there though. That is my one critique. It is doing a subtle job of brightening. It's not too much pigment, which I appreciate, but it's definitely not darkening where it's applied, which is my biggest pet peeve. So I'm happy with the amount of pigment that this gives and that it doesn't darken the skin. However, I might set, if I'm using this again, with a more blurring powder underneath, and then use this to kind of finish it off as well as for touch-ups throughout the day. That's what I'm thinking. So I like it, but I have a lot of texture. I have high expectations for powders. I need something just a bit more blurring. I'm gonna use this. I don't know how new this is. Hold on, let me see. This might be newer to the US. I know they sell this in Asia. I saw this in Japan last year, but Laneige does have a Neo Essential Blurring Finishing Powder. I just feel like this has to be super blurring. Whoa, look at this. Oh! What? How does that work? That just got all over my makeup desk. Okay. Interesting packaging. I just want to see. Yeah, this is definitely more blurring than the Fenty. It's doing so much better on where my skin is struggling right now. My skin is still struggling. It's not fixing that problem, but it's helping. Okay. This one I'm gonna have to like go back and use on its own, but interesting. Look at this, you guys. I'm the problem. It's not the products. I'm just sad about it. Though the products aren't helping. I bet you with some of my favorite products, it wouldn't matter. These dry patches. Okay, eyes. I just need to laugh about this. Glaminatrix is one of my favorite indie brands. If you are into eyeshadow palettes, you're bored with the lack of eyeshadow palettes on the mainstream market, look into indie brands. So Glaminatrix, this is kind of like a silly April Fool's joke. The Tones of Turd palette. It's a poop color palette, but they do sell like a serious version. The real name of this palette is the Grounded palette, but they sold out of this very limited run of the Tones of Turd, and I just had to get the Turd one. I think it's so funny. The names are so nasty as well, but the palette itself is really pretty. It's called the Grounded palette, like I said, but for those of us like that just like silly stuff like this, I had to get the Turd palette. But I do want you to look at the colors. I love the earthy greens and the browns. So this is right up my alley, as you know. So I'm just gonna go ahead. Actually, I want to set my eyelid. My eye primer is still in my travel makeup bag. So I just have on my NARS Radiant Creamy. So I'm gonna take some of the Fenty powder and just graze that over the eyelid. And then I used a little bit of this Natural from Beauty Creations, the lightest color, to highlight under the brow. Okay. This one came a little broken in the mail. That's okay. We're just gonna push her in. Dump and Dazzle. That's the shade name, but Glaminatrix has like the prettiest glimmery color. So I'm gonna start off with Crop Dust, which is the perfect crease color. Yeah. I love the color and the quality of Glaminatrix palettes. Their shimmers are phenomenal. Their mattes are really good. I'm gonna take that shade Crop Dust, pop this underneath the eye as well. And let's see, what do I want to deepen with? I'm probably gonna stick to the browns today. Let's take some of number 2, which is like a little bit greeny brown. It's like a dirty greeny brown color. And I'm just going to blend this in the outer corner. This one is a little bit more difficult to blend, but we're gonna get some definition. The lid shades in this palette are interesting. A little outside of my comfort zone with this kind of color story, but that's okay. That's kind of the whole point. Oh, I was so excited to use this palette. I think it's so beautiful. Yeah, and you can see that green, very pretty. But this one is taking a little bit more time to blend out, but it's not difficult by any means. I'm gonna take a pencil brush into Sweet Relief, which is this dark green. Tap off the brush. I did apply my face makeup first, so that's not ideal for using this dark of a color like this. But I'm gonna be very careful, and I'm just blending this along the lash line. Green is very flattering on brown eyes. And then finally, Dump and Dazzle. I just need to show you, look at their shimmers. Unreal. And a little goes a really long way. That was just with one little dip. I'm getting all of this. I'm gonna run just a little bit more of that green over top. I want that peeking through. Cleaning up, I'm taking number 2. I've decided I want it a little bit more smoky. How fun is that? And then we're gonna use Ghost Wipe, which is just a really white shade. And I'm just gonna brighten up the inner corner. I'm gonna get along the lower corner. Oh, I love that. I love that look. Glaminatrix does it again. Now for this being like, I don't know, this is not as neutral as I thought it was. There's definitely a lot of out of my comfort zone shades. Look at this vibrant shade. So there is a unique twist to it that I'm gonna have to play with some more. But staying within my comfort zone, this is the look we came up with. I do have a new mascara from the drugstore that I'm gonna try from CoverGirl, which I haven't really loved their Lash Blast line of late, the newer ones that they've been having. But we'll give this one a go. It's the Lash Blast Bond Mascara. It's supposed to give some volume. I don't know, what is this claim to fame? Some more definition. It has a little bit more of a curved wand, and it's supposed to improve your natural lash quality somehow. I might pop on some falsies because I'm just loving the overall vibe of the look. But let's see, like you can get a better look at the wand here. It is providing nice definition and separation to the lashes. It's not getting clumpy at all. While the mascara dries, let's get on a lip. I have some new Rimmel lip liners that I was sent, and the theme around the package was very coffee shop vibes. From top to bottom, we have the shades Cappuccino, Nude, Pink Candy, Bitten Red, Brownie Pie, and then the last shade is Spice. Of course, I go straight to Cappuccino. Let's see, do these set down? No, they're like a true pencil lip liner that isn't gonna set, which there's merit to a lip liner like this. It has more flexibility, it's easier to reapply. I do prefer something that sets down, but there is a lot of flexibility to a lip liner like this. It's pretty waxy, so you have a lot of control. There's some drag, and these can sharpen pretty sharp. So you can really get defined edges with this. And then Makes it easy to take your finger and soften and blend. I like that. I love that color. And then Beauty Creations, I'm really trying to sell them to you, you guys. I don't even like have any affiliate links with them or anything. I just think that their products are so affordable and so good. They have a whole range of tinted lip oils. These are just the ones that I've kept for myself. So we're gonna use this one. I have no idea what these are like. This is a shade Headliner and it's just gonna go very well. Big fat wand here. Not really a scent. A little thicker and stickier than a lot of the lip oils on the market now. Definitely thicker. But that's a sign that it's gonna have good longevity. It's giving a little bit more lip gloss to me as opposed to lip oil with how thick and not sticky, but it has some grip to it. But like I said, it's gonna last longer. And that color Headliner, perfect for today's look. I mean, I do like this lip oil. It's not an all-time favorite of mine, but again, super affordable. Doesn't fill in the lines of the lips as much as I normally like, but very pretty, medium coverage for being a lip oil. My lashes are still wet, which I don't like. So let's see how long it takes for them to dry. You know what? I am liking this mascara. It did take a little longer to dry, but the lashes are soft. There's nice length to it. I hope you can hold this curl. But so far, so good. Close look at how everything put together. I think the blush is holding up super well. It didn't even lose much color when I put powder over top. Yes, I really love how everything put together. First makeup look, makeup play sesh in the books for a long time. I really enjoyed this. I missed this so much. So if you're new to my channel, all of these products are going in my desk that I'm sitting at right now. This is my speed reviews drawer, and I'm going to continue to test these products with multiple wear tests, with multiple other products, and then you will hear about these products again in a final video called speed reviews, where I sprinkle these in as I feel content with my final opinion on them. I think my next makeup application video, I'm gonna go into my speed reviews drawer and reacquaint myself with these products since it's been a few weeks since I used them, but all of these are being added into that drawer, so make sure you're subscribed for the updates on that. And that's that on what is new, what I was excited to test out for you guys before I left for Spain. And I'm like thinking, I'm surprised. I really am liking the Summer Friday blushes. The Fenty Bright powder, it's good, but it's not as blurring as I wanted. Really into the Kulfi primer. Benefit foundation, I am gonna need to use it some more. It's just too early to tell. Other than my dry patches, I do think it looks pretty nice, but Benefit foundations, it's just not their forte, you know? Love the eyeshadow palette. Mascara's pretty good. Lip products seem really nice. They're just lip products though. But there we have it. I'm wearing a shirt. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys are happy that we're back in business, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys, have a good one.
It's delicious.